Is it working? I think it's working.
I see my audio going. Is it echoing or anything?
Might be a slight echo. I don't think it's really registered that big.
Okay. Dude, I don't know how to fix it if it is.
Don't worry about it. I gotta restart the music. I never forget to extend it. Just bought me more time. Looks good. You can still see and hear everything, right?
Yep.
Okay. See, that's why I use Discord. No weird audio configurations. I can just do a screen share. Everybody can see all of it. Everybody can hear all of it. There we go. Oh, no smoking. No, I'm kidding. What's up, everybody? You hate it here? Don't worry, everybody else does. And if you don't, I'd kind of question you. What up, Don? What up, Pedro? Oh no!
And these guys knew exactly
Another gift board
Let's
explosion.
Go. Come on,
Oh
get
jeez.
in.
You know, maybe in a month of more shows, I'll get that figured out. To where if I just transition to myself, it won't play every new thing on the gift board.
Take this portrait of a single clown.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, guess what? Bill's not here. Just me. But it's not just me. I've got my buddy, our #1 YouTube mod, Jason Scholl, everybody. Round of applause. I don't have a sound effect for that. Jason is an incredible artist. We featured some of his work on the show. Yeah. Like that Vinland flag behind you.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Hail, Vinland.
Hail, Vinland. Vil is MIA tonight. Not sure what happened. I hope he's alive and well. Yeah, so last weekend, I'll just give a quick update. I'm not going to touch too much on it. Oh, what's up, Oaks? Good to see you, buddy. I should have asked you to come on instead of this freaking guy. No, I'm kidding. We love Jason. He's fantastic. Yeah, so where were we last Friday and Saturday? So Friday, I was the third host on Heel Tony, just sort of in Tony's words, or hello listeners' words, a direct ripoff of Kill Tony, but I think we did it better. It was a lot more tasteful, a lot more class. It wasn't lacking in decorum like that tasteless homo stand-up show. And it was a huge success. It was awesome. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was pretty cool, pretty incredible. And then after that, the day after that, I got drunk and got my first DWI after smashing my car into a ditch. Tried dodging a deer, and I should have just hit the deer. Actually, I should have just not been driving. Let's be real. I should have just not been driving. I guess I blew pretty high. 0.2. I don't know what that means. I got like 100% blood in my body, you know. So what if 0.2 of it's alcohol? That's not a big deal. But I swerved away from a deer, hit a sign, airbags went off, they knocked me out, and yeah, I woke up in a very serious daze with the cops questioning me. Car's totaled, and oh well, you know, I'm safe. I'm safe. Not a scratch on me. You know, it's going to be something I'm going to remind myself tonight of constantly. I'm blessed. I'm absolutely blessed. Not a bone broken, not a scratch, not a bruise. I believe St. Nicholas intervened. So, Oaks, I agree. Murder the wildlife. Just get rid of it. Right? This whole season on deer thing. Now I'm going to wage war on them, even though it's pretty much 90%, 95% my fault. I got a DWI. So, but I'll take it out on the deer anyway. Fuck the deer. Fuck them. Jail was cool. Met a lot of cool people, as you normally do, even if it's short-term incarceration. And they had some good lawyers to tell me about. Now, I know what you're thinking. They're in jail. Can their lawyers be really that good? Well, these guys are career criminals. So there's only so much a good lawyer can do on your third or fourth DWI, like another buddy was telling me he was on. But, yeah, so this is my first sober show. And there we go. Exalted Patriarch with $5. It's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. Please fucking work. Come on. Come on. If it doesn't pop up, I'm just going to read it anyway. Here we go. I think it actually started to pop up and then I cut it off. Exalted Patriarch with the big 5 says, glad you're okay. Definitely blessed. Fuck them deers. I agree, dude. I agree. I think they need to be thinned out a little more, or need to be taught a lesson. Next car I'm gonna get is gonna have pretty sizable like steel bumper on the front, and maybe some spikes, maybe some barbed wire on it, just to be mean, just to send a message. Stop running in the fucking road. But like I said, my fault. Who cares? First DWI and some other charges. It doesn't matter. I did some reading, and hopefully, because it's first time offense, and 36 years old, I could probably go to drug court or something. But that's all right. New Murder the Media hunting and fishing show. Murder the wildlife. I agree. Just be a menace on the wildlife and nature, right? What was that? I had a friend that did some illegal dumping that the EPA would have not been involved in, or would have been involved in if they, found out about it. And he said, Mother Nature's just another bitch to me. So, anyways, yeah, that's where I've been. Don't know where Ville's at, but that's all right. That's all right. Maybe he needed a night off. Hope he's doing okay. Yeah, a little bit to talk about with tonight's show. I had a bit of a rant planned tonight. I saw a video posted by our number one executive producer, Don Jolly. Guys, give him a little round of applause. All right, Don Jolly, everybody. He's fantastic. He sent me a video, and how do I tie this in with the conversation we had last night, Jason? The gears are turning. The gears are turning. Forgive me. These gears are a little rusty, and my preferred lubricant is alcohol to get them turning. Today it's club soda. It's a fantastic drink. Firstly, before we get into it, I'm going to give a shout out. I don't even have the bottle here. Dr. Tom's hillbillymagic.com. So let me get the site pulled up. Let me actually do that. The site's launched, everybody. The site is live. Dr. Tom's hillbillymagic.com. I'm going to show you all this page real quick. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's neat. I don't care that they didn't use my logo I drew. It was kind of crummy. I'm not a professional artist. Should have got Jason to draw it. Let's see. Desktop capture. Here we go. And we're going to switch over. Dr. Tom's Hillbilly Magic. Your wife will love your meat. I don't know how this looks on the screen because I had to minimize OBS. But, yeah, the site's beautiful. We recorded that. Great video. And the shop is live as well. Guys, this is the ultimate seasoning to get that nice, somewhat sweet, smoky flavor with no sugar. And the bottle has no BPAs. The rub itself has no cancerous decaking agents of any kind. It's veteran-owned and operated by Dr. Tom himself. Grab yourself a bottle. I believe shipping's included. Don't quote me on that. Just try buying a bottle. Jason, is shipping included?
Yes, it is. I just ordered a bottle the other night, and it was free shipping. So I was very pleased. I'm excited to receive it in the mail. I can't wait to try it.
And I didn't make him say that. It's totally honest.
No, that's true. Nick didn't pay me a dime to say that.
Yeah, I'd like to hear what you think of it. Let's get a testimonial out of you when you use it. And you can be honest, too. Just, it's a good rub. It's a great rub. I just put it on chicken leg quarters last night. It's fantastic. Official show sponsor, Dr. Tom's Hillbilly Magic. Your wife will love your meat. Anyways, so I saw this tweet. Very hard to produce and host at the same time. It's not easy. Looking at my audio levels constantly. All right, desktop. Let's turn that back on to the Telegram. So this video was posted about a woman who owns a farm. Now, the specifics of the farm isn't really important for the point I'm going to make, but let's watch this, and I want to know, Jason, I want to know your initial reaction. Let me get that pulled up here. It's over.
It's just been hard.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And let me know if you can't hear it.
Harder and harder and harder to find those people to work.
Bethany Gotts owns Quay's farm in Mountain Home, but now with fewer workers, a lot of the manual labor is left up to her. She tells me she's tried hiring locally, but it's been difficult to find people willing to do the hard work.
Finding a legal American here that is going to work as hard as an immigrant is nearly impossible.
She even posted job openings on Facebook.
I had 7 people contact me about it, and when I sent them the description, I had no people respond.
She says hiring undocumented workers is not an option, with serious risks for both sides.
One, you're going to get fined. You have unfortunately, an employee living in fear. They could get picked up at any moment, and then you're without an employee.
To keep her farm running, Gotts is hiring high schoolers and is now looking into the federal H-2A visa program.
I have endeavored to spend $200,000 to build a small worker housing so that I can get H-2 workers next year.
Gotts hopes for long-term solutions that support both farmers and workers.
The misnomer that farmers exploit immigrants is just so sad to me because, like I said, my friends and neighbors, we love our workers.
Well, I'd say it's more you're exploiting American labor than exploiting farm workers. I think they're getting a pretty good deal out of it. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah. Well, what state is she in? Did she say?
I did not see. Let's see. I did not see what state she's in, but
okay. Well, that's okay. But so I live in farm country. I'm in rural Northwest Illinois. It's nothing but farms for hours in any direction, gravel roads, all that. No stoplights, no Walmarts, none of that. And I could tell you right now, there are no young white women running farms, first of all. And there are, usually these are like multi-generational male-run farms. And there are tons of locals who are willing to get paid from the farm. I mean, for example, I have a real life example. There is a local farmer who was looking for workers to so in Illinois they made hemp growing and manufacturing legal a few years ago, and the hemp boom, if you will, led to massive incentives for people to go work on these hemp farms to trim hemp crop and facilitate the processing of this crop. And these farmers were paying people $20 cash an hour under the table. Anyone could just show up and say, hey, I'm willing to work, and they would just pay you cash under the table to do this. And because I live here, I'm familiar with the folks who are doing this type of work, and it was all white people. Like, there's no shortage of people who are willing to do this.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I was just going to say, especially at $20 an hour, because that's, that might be low, but it's unskilled labor. Cash under the table.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are just red flags I'm seeing in this video. Like, okay, it's a young white woman, and she's claiming she can only hire illegals. Well, that's not the case where I'm at. That's why I was curious what state she's in. But yeah, I think it's a regional thing, and for all we know, this is probably a viral video, so it's probably got algorithmic backing, if you will. We know who controls the algorithm, right?
Oh, we know. We know. I find it's funny you say that, and I mean, yeah, $20 an hour under the table, right? So no taxes on it. You're taking home $20 an hour. That's decent pay for unskilled labor. But a lot of these places aren't doing that, and it's crazy that sort of the standard on this shit is to hire the illegals. You know what I mean? It's good their hemp farms going great, but a lot of these farmers have so many, there's so many different government agencies that just rape you. They just rape you, and prices go down, profits go way down on farming and stuff. Maybe hemp's something to look into. But sort of the standard that's been set is you hire these illegals because they're cheaper, and you pay them the cash under the table, which is a better deal. But they live like shit, and they send it back home, and then they go home with more money, or their family's taken care of, But I mean, that's sort of what I'm tying this into, because I've been looking for a job, and in my field, cooking, it's flooded. It's flooded with illegals too. Very much flooded with illegals. But that's the standard. Like, a restaurant's business is food, right? And they're paying their cooks like shit because they're just hiring illegals to do it. And I mean, it's sort of the standard that we've maybe not grown complacent with, but you remember 15 years ago, I would say about 15 years ago, that was like the Republican Party's big thing was get these illegals out of here. These illegals are taking jobs, and nobody seems to care anymore. It's just sort of natural that the Mexicans are here. But it's getting worse in every field too, not just labor, with the H-1B stuff. I mean, did you hear about Ukraine?
What about Ukraine?
So Ukraine, I'm going to pull this up real quick. It's a little out of order. So Ukraine put all of its fighting age healthy young men on the battlefields to fight the Russians and die in combat. And now that there's a huge labor shortage, let's cut back over to that. Ukraine looks to import African migrants to fill labor shortage after hundreds of thousands dead or wounded at the front.
Yep, I did hear about this. Yeah, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. Hey, let's go send everyone that could be a good worker from our country to just die because we couldn't stop poking at Russia. And now, don't worry, you're going to be replaced. You're going to be replaced by the Browns.
Yeah. Well, in Ukraine, they've even the military has even gone to monasteries and forced monks and priests into warfare. We don't even need to. We know what's going on,
right?
We see what they're doing.
Forcing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's awful, but I mean, that's the world we're in, and we hate it here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, amen. That's what's so funny. I'm so glad you titled the show that, because we were talking the other night, and I was like, I'm on Instagram. I'm seeing all these, dystopian reels of, there's like a group of like feminist lesbians, and they're all like shouting in a yoga center about like how brave and strong they are. And in the comments of such reels, I'm seeing a lot more people just simply respond, "I hate it here." And I love to see it, because it's like, yes, like instead of argument, instead of arguing or trying to like put forth a position against this, it's just like, you know what? I'm done arguing. I'm done with the ideological battle. At this point, I hate it here, bro.
Yeah.
I hate it here. It's just such a pure, direct message that gets the point across better than any argument.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, dude. I hate it here, and if you don't, I think there's something wrong with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out to Mela Mela Forte and Lyda Tabor. Mela says, I made Jason famous. Never forget it.
Hey, yo, Mela, how you doing, Mela? Shout out, Mela. She did make me famous.
I wouldn't have known who Jason was if it wasn't for you, Mela. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, we were talking last night about, this world sucks. I mean, it's hard. I've been looking for a job. Y'all have heard this, unemployed, got fired. Boss was a fag. Who cares? That's how I feel about those people. All right. But it's hard to read. I got this shirt last weekend before I smashed my car. It's a pretty cool hat. That's what I meant. Hat, not shirt. But yeah, it's getting increasingly hard to find a job, especially if you got like no college education or anything. And then the college doesn't even matter too. I applied for a federal grant to go to college. I don't even know what for. I don't even remember who suggested it. The hell am I going to go to school for that's not going to be replaced by everybody? Or replaced by, turd worlders? What am I going to do, Jason? Tell me.
Dude, well,
that's why I brought you on.
No clue. I have no clue, man. Look,
tell me what to do.
I felt the same way. Like, so some years back, okay, I was in a bizarre transitionary time in my life, and I'm not talking tranny or anything. I'm talking I'm talking I didn't know what to do with myself, because I spent a lot of years just lost and drugging and just a lost soul, and I acquired some skills. I do tattoos, I'm a tattoo artist and I still am, but the lifestyle sort of led me down a real crazy path. And I reached a point where I had to escape that. And so I was in a recovery program with a clinic. And I was very thankful because I'm Christian. So I saw these people at this clinic as almost like angels in a way, because I was like, I can't believe there's human beings in this world, this broken, horrible, dark world for the most part. These angels are, they're out here, they're counseling, they're guiding these lost, broken drug addicts who most of society would just cast aside as complete waste of time losers, which I understand that perspective. So I was very thankful that they even existed, let alone I had access to them. And so I was sort of an active participant in my recovery. Unlike most people in recovery, they're sort of like, it's like against their will. A lot of people, they're in recovery because of like court order or family is forcing them, or right. There's like reasons outside themselves that brought them there. But for me, it was I was like, I need help. I'm screwed here. Someone who knows more than me needs help,
Yeah.
And these people, and I found these people and they existed. And I was so thankful and just like, oh, this is wonderful. This is a godsend, and so I was very enthusiastic in my participation of recovery. And so a lot of these counselors and therapists and whatever that I was dealing with, they were very encouraging to me, like, oh, you should get a degree so you can become a counselor. You
right.
should, they wanted me to like become part of the ranks in that whole battle, right? Like they wanted me to become one of them. And
yeah.
And at first I was like, yeah, you know what? That is a good idea. Like, yeah, this is something I'm passionate about, that I know a lot about. And I feel like a lot of addicts, they respond better to people who've been in their shoes versus someone who's been taught by books. So I was looking into it, and I actually took out a loan and I went to college, and I did like an associate's degree. And the whole program was like whack, dude. Like I did not like it from day one. I was like, man, I let these people talk me into this. Like now I'm on the hook for like $20K for this stupid degree.
Ooh.
And yeah, so I went through all these classes and everything. And
did you get the degree?
I did get the degree. I have an associate's degree in I can't even remember what the degree was, bro, because like that's how little I cared about it. It was like human. It was like human resources or something like that, or like I can't even remember, bro. I literally have to dig through my files to like find what it was. But I did it through it, and this is how crazy our world is, right? Like you go online and you can just find colleges offering various degrees. And at the time, I went through like this Bible college online, and it was like Grace Bible College or something. And they were offering the degree that would give me, I guess, the access to the licensure that I would require to become a counselor in this capacity at this clinic. And so the whole thing was just like, it didn't make sense to me, but I was just, I was in a position where I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to listen to these people who are guiding me. I'm going to do what they say. And it was a terrible idea, bro. It was terrible.
Well, I'm really glad I got approved for mine. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's like I did it was like 2 or 3 years. I got the degree, and then I get the degree, and then basically all the degree really made me was like a glorified sponsor. So anyone familiar with like NA or AA or any of that, basically this degree didn't give me any real profession. It only gave me like claim to be able to say, yeah, I'm like I'm a bona fide like glorified sponsor, right?
Not to downplay being a sponsor, but like, I mean, how hard is it? How hard is it to be a sponsor?
No, yeah, exactly. Anyone can be a sponsor. And I guess the official title of my position after I had this degree was peer support facilitator.
Oh, okay. That sounds fancy.
So basically I'm the guy who's at the group meetings who can sign off on our discussions and give you state credit so the government pays for your methadone. Oh. like the so it was basically worthless because any one of these other counselors or therapists could have done that as well. But yeah, it was
but you didn't like it.
I don't know. No, I wasn't a big fan of it. And honestly, like in this is kind of a shift from the line of discussion here. At the time I was a Protestant Christian, and so I came out of this life of tattoo shop debauchery, drug addiction, criminality, or whatnot, right? Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna die if I keep this up. I need to hit the eject button. So I dipped out, and then I became and because in American society, especially if you don't have family or friends who are in the know, you assume that any building with a cross is Christian church, and so I basically latched onto the nearest thing calling itself Christianity, which was my cousin who was attending a Calvary Chapel Protestant or a non-denominational church, and I was a Calvary Chapel person for like 5 years, and then as soon as I started getting very in depth and serious about it, I was studying, I was reading, I was looking into things, I was looking into history. And I started bringing all these questions to my pastor, and he couldn't answer them. And I was kind of like, wait, what? Like, you're supposed to be the guy. You know, you're the pastor of the church. You're supposed to be the, you know, I'm the lost sheep who's looking for answers. Like, how can you not answer this? You know, I'd bring up Gnosticism, I'd bring up ancient Christianity. He'd be like, I don't know, and I'm like, what? And not to mention and not to mention this pastor. He's like 2 years older than I am.
Yeah,
and he's like, you know, no different than me. Like, he's covered in tattoos and whatnot and everything. And so I didn't identify that as red flags because, like I said, I didn't know anything about Christianity, period. So when I was coming into it, I'm thinking, I'm good faith. I'm thinking, okay, this is a church. They preach about the Bible. This must be Christianity, right? You know, and and slowly but surely, I started to realize, like, there's something missing here. You know, like this feels wrong. This is weird. And then I left there, and you know, through research and engaging online, especially, and this is the old trope, right? Like, most of us, you know, you find Jay Dyer, you find DPH Hotel, you find Father Deacon Ananias, you find all these people online talking about orthodoxy, and then you start looking up, you know, what does orthodoxy mean? Oh, it means original. Oh, and then you're like, oh, okay, this seems more
you guys
serious.
Like that?
This seems
that
more...
casual slip in of the orthodoxy pill. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like, when I would talk to these people, they would actually have answers for me, and they understood, and there's a lineage going back thousands of years, and they actually have coherent arguments for refuting Gnosticism and Protestantism, and they explained to me the schism between Catholics and Roman Catholics and Orthodox. And so I was like, okay, wow, okay. And then I'm looking into the icons, I'm looking into the Eucharist and all this stuff, and I was like, okay. And what really hit it for me was, like, a lot of times when I would engage with and this is early days, this is like 2016 when I'm engaging in this, right? And people would always say, you know, I'd hit them with a question or something, and they would always give me this answer. They would always say both and. Instead of this or that, it was always both and.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And then people started hitting me with the second answer, which was the fullness, right? Like, okay, so yes, you were in a non-denominational modern Protestant, whatever you call it. You had a fragment of some of the stuff, but you were lacking the fullness, you know. And honestly, it's that simple. Like those two responses, both and the fullness. That is what intuitively made me want to dig deeper into orthodoxy. And then, you know, the rest is history. You know, got chrismated in 2022 into row court. But it was just crazy. It
was well, that's Jason Scholl's life story, everybody. Look how he slipped that in. You rascal. Let's bring it back to the degree thing, though. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I don't know if I could function in this world. I don't know if I could be the degree type. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I could be like the field type. I like being unskilled labor. You know? I like being Look at Archie Bunker. I know he's a fictitious character, but fictional character from All in the Family. But I mean, it was based on the reality at the time. You know, a guy driving a forklift. Guy driving a forklift could support a family of 3, have a 2-bedroom house, have his deadbeat son-in-law move in with him, and he wasn't thriving, but he was making it. You know, on that one income off a forklift operator. Man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? Code? No, AI does that now. What should I do? Learn AI? Would I be ahead of the game with that?
I don't know, man. I think cooking is where it's at for you, man. I think you're a cook. I think you like it. I think, I don't know if you've disclosed your new,
well, I don't want to say where I work on here. I got a job. Haven't started yet, but I got a job. High-end restaurant. But I don't want to say where.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say what. But it's a hell of a drive. But I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I could do the whole normal thing. You know what I mean? The normal seems so abnormal to me. Get the college degree. I don't even think the college degree matters anymore. I don't know. Like you said, like
no, I agree, man. I mean, look. I got my degree. I tried to do the clinical thing, and here's what's crazy, and I see this all as God's providence, right? As soon as I got that degree and started to operate in a more credentialed capacity in that scene of clinical recovery of drug addicts, the clinic got shut down for Medicaid fraud.
Oh, nice.
And that was the only clinic within like an hour in any direction.
That's one of my top 5 favorite frauds. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Fraud rules. No. Shout out all my girls in Hardin County, Iowa. Shout out all. But you know, I've always felt that as well. You know, when I was a young man, you know, my grandpa, he would pay me to help him build log furniture. And then once I got to about 15, 16, I had to get, you know, quote unquote real job, and I got hired at the local grocery store. Yeah. Okay. And then I worked there until I graduated high school. And then the next step in the ladder was supposed to be become a union painter, because all my dad,
you got to join the union. My dad said the same thing. Join a job with a union. They're going to help you out. My first job. They didn't help me at all. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thanks for taking my money for union dues and. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. They're all union painters in my family, so they wanted me to become a union painter. And so I was painting for like a couple months, and I'm not gonna lie, okay, it's simple work, it's mindless work, and you get paid well and whatever. But my soul wasn't in it, dude. It sucked. Like waking up at 5 a.m. to go paint a bunch of houses in a subdivision or a bunch of stairwells in a skyscraper or something is like, yeah, okay, you know, this is my life, I guess, for the next 100 years. I'm like, no way. And so for me, and because I'm an artistic type guy, you know, I
heard you're a bit of an artist.
I'm a bit of an artist. Some would call me an art fag. That's okay. They can call me that. I wasn't into it, you know? And then I remember I turned 18 and I went and got my first tattoo. And it was a tattoo that I had drawn myself. And when I showed it to the guy who did it on me, he's like, "Hey, man, you know, you're a good artist. You know, have you ever thought about tattooing?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah. I was like, I didn't know that was an option. I thought you had to be born into it or like an outlaw biker or something, you know? And you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I didn't know you could just go to a shop and be like, "Hire me" or whatever. And so that planted a seed in my head, you know. So after a couple of months of like painting for my uncles and stuff, and I was miserable. And this is funny. Like one morning, I was supposed to go to work, and instead of going to work, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to work today. I don't care. What's my uncle gonna do? You know, yell at me at Thanksgiving, you know? And and so I didn't go to work. and I ended up going to a water park. This is what's funny because I at the same time I was like, I had the balls to like not show up to work, but I also was like afraid that my dad would find out, so I had to go somewhere no one.
So you hid out at the water park to avoid confrontation with your family.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I didn't want to go home and my dad yell at me like, "Hey, so you didn't come to work. What's going on?" So instead I went to a water park, bro. Like, how ridiculous. I went to a water park.
It sounds like a way better day than working. And I mean, I think about working for my family. Yeah, that sounds like a hell of a better day than going to work for my family. I don't know.
Dude, it was so funny because I was like, where's the place I can go that no. Oh, I'll go to the water park. So I go to the water park and I park my truck and I go into the water park and I'm in there for a few hours. And then I come out of the water park. It's like middle of the afternoon, like 4 p.m. right? And I go to my vehicle in the parking lot and there's this thing in my windshield wiper. And I'm like, oh man, is that a parking ticket? Like that. I was already so paranoid about my uncle and my dad. Like I was like, oh man, this is a parking ticket. And I'm like, wait, why would they give me a parking ticket for parking in the parking lot of a water park?
Yeah.
And so I grab the thing that's in my windshield wiper and I look at it closely and it's an advertisement for a tattoo shop.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, all right,
look at how God sent you on the path. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, for real. So it was an advertisement for a shop, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go get a tattoo today. Well, because I already bailed on all my life expectations. I may as well just go get a tattoo. and so I go to the shop. And when I walk in, this weird idea struck me. I was like, you know what? A couple months ago, that guy asked me if I ever thought about tattooing. You know what? When I go in here, I'm not gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna ask if they do apprenticeships.
Yeah.
And so I went in there and I asked the lady at the counter. I'm like, do y'all do apprenticeships? And literally, that's what led to me, learning how to tattoo. And I worked for that company for like 11 years.
I mean, it's
so it was crazy.
Not going to a water park or anything, but I mean, that's how I started cooking. I had a friend, I worked with her in fast food. She was my general manager, and years after we worked together, she's like, hey, I'm running an IHOP now. You know how to cook? And I was like, nah, but if you show me, I'm sure I'll pick up on it. And I did, and I'm the best. All right, I'm the best. I get those plates out quick. I think I might be autistic even with how good I am with the timing of certain ingredients and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a trade, but it's something I'm good at.
Dude,
good job for an idiot.
The IHOP grilled chicken sandwich with the cheddar bun, that is fire, bro. That is like one of my favorite. That is one of my favorite sandwiches, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to look over Telegram real quick. I had some other stuff to talk about, but trying to find a way to tie it in. Honestly, this ain't easy without alcohol. I had a whole long rant planned. I don't even know how to tie it in anymore. It's gone. But let's see. Nope, that's irrelevant. It's so much. Reading the news is just such a drain, dude. None of it even matters. I had a point that I was going to make with that. I even made this new gift board thing.
I tell you, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
But let's see. Yeah, so we got. The world sucks. We hate the world, right? We hate the world we're in. It sucks here. General consensus. It sucks trying to find a job as I would say unskilled, but someone who doesn't work in a trade or have a degree. You know what I mean? Which I never expected to thrive without those two things. You know what I mean? I never expected to, make a ton of money throughout life. I just expected to live. And they're making it harder. And then you got cocksuckers like this that represent us. Part of my language. Oops. Let's see here. Switching now. There we go.
Congresswoman Omar, the last time I spoke to you, you said that I was stupid for asking you about your financial disclosure, but there's some discrepancies on there. Would you like to explain that? How did you make such a big mistake on it?
Absolutely, you're stupid for asking me anything.
I am?
Yes.
Well, what about the American people who are wondering how you made such a big
I have
mistake?
explained to the American people.
What's the explanation?
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because
I don't want to tell you jack shit.
And she doesn't even make that much compared to a lot of the tyrants that rule us, that just make this world shittier. You know what I mean? I was seeing something, I couldn't find it for the show, but it had to do with, I'm sure y'all have seen it on Instagram slop scrolls. It's Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio just constantly being ahead of the Dow or whatever. Just always doing better than everybody else.
Pelosi's Khazarian milkers are worth more than all of us combined, dude.
Auga. Oh, man, I had something loaded up for that, too. Here, hold on. I got queued up manually. Here we go.
Yeah, go to church. Find Jesus. Like, I mean, why is everybody so horny here?
She does have some big doink and donkers on her. But, yeah, I mean, it's not even just her or Ilhan Omar. I think the biggest insult with Ilhan Omar is that she's not from here and she's ripping us off. But it's not good any of them are ripping us off. Meanwhile, work gets worse and worse for the working class person. I just keep getting told, find a job. Just find a job. Ain't that easy anymore. Not in my area. I don't know. What are you going to do? Well, that was a good hour. I think that was a good hour we put in. What do you think?
Yeah, that hour flew by.
All right. I did miss a Rumble rant. It was from a while ago. I'm still trying to figure this out. OBS is a headache, but Heartland's Aurelius sent a Rumble rant. He said $20 an hour under the table, so the equivalent is like $32 per hour taxed. This bitch is trying to pay $3K a month for 60 hours a week labor. Yeah, that farming woman. Yeah, no. She was used to underpaying people for drastic hours. That's what it was. Now she's mad her illegals are gone. Boo-hoo. Even though still most of them are here. But
well, I have something else to add about the farming thing. Like I said, I'm in farm country. Everyone I know is a farmer. The whole area is farm. And what I see, because I'm not myself a farmer, so I'm an outsider looking in. I noticed that they're heavily subsidized, and a lot of these a lot of these farmers' kids, I see them driving around town, and they got brand new like turbo diesel trucks. Every 2 years, they got brand new, $80,000, $100,000 diesel trucks.
Yeah.
And half these kids are wrecking them, drunk driving, and then the very next year they got another one.
They're living like Saudi princes, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it makes me wonder. It's like, okay, you're complaining about the wages you pay your helpers, but yet your children are rolling around in Rolls Royces, basically, and it's like maybe you should manage your finances better. Like, I don't know. So yeah, there's sort of a double edge to the sword, I guess, but
I get told all the time I need to manage my finances better. It's like I literally break even every month. I don't live a lavish life. You know what I mean? Like I would buy
Oh,
like
yeah.
a 30-pack of beer every 2 weeks. That's my lavish
Yep.
life that I got.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
whoop.
I feel you. Yeah, same way.
Yeah. Well, this was a fun show. Jason, thank you for joining me.
Yes, sir. It was my pleasure, man. Anytime, dude.
I still don't have an outro sequence. Guys, follow Jason. He really is a hell of an artist. He is Jason Scholl at JSN Scholl Artist. He's done a lot of art for us, just some sketches and stuff that were hilarious. We brought him on, put him on the show. But yeah, this was just me testing this out, going solo and going sober. No more drinking for Nikki. My one luxury that I had, my lavish life. But anyways, guys, yeah, this was a fun show, and love to have you on again. And I'll be a little more structured next time. I'm going to be honest. I didn't plan any structure until 20 minutes before the show. But we'll do it better. We'll do it better. Jason, thanks for coming on. Guys, thanks for watching. It's been real. It's been nice. And if you haven't yet, find Christ. Good night, everybody. Just wait. There's no outro, and then to end the stream, there's like a delay. You know what I mean?